we're going to use that Wirehard kit. Excuse me. And we're going to use that little Y bit that I was, in the last video I was talking about. We already did. And we took those screws right there out. The pyramids. Okay. Those are getting more and more common. But what this is a multi, power strip. And I was hooking a my fault more or less, and it has USBs, lots of stuff. Anyway, my fault. I was messing with that treadmill motor and the controller and all the things, and I pulled too many amps out of this thing, and it, instead of popping the breaker, okay, let me show you what happened. Instead of popping the breaker, it actually scarred the yeah, it scarred that. I think there's probably some copper and some stuff going on embedded in there. Anywho, it let me get some light on the subject. It cooked the circuit right across here. It didn't hurt anything. I don't believe it did at all, but it did cook the trace. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take the soldering iron and retrace this whole trace, and we'll see if she works. So hang on, we'll be back. But yeah, we got a cookage right there. Alright, YouTube, I got me a photographer here. You can see from here to here it's busted, but I'm going to flow the whole thing. If it won't flow together here, I want to put a jump wire, a jumper. But let's see what happens here. I'm going to start at this end. Hold your breath, buddy, or back up. It's not good for you. We're going to make this trace quite a bit heavier, because it's quite light the way they've built it. I'm quite sure it was built over the pond. And instead of popping the breaker itself, wow, that just rolled over there. Instead of popping the breaker itself, it actually popped the trace, which is, it shouldn't happen. Yeah, this has a breaker on it, so if you do overload the power bar, it should pop the breaker, not the whole power bar go poof, the trace. So let's fix it, or try to. We're going to just build that trace up. Gapping the bridge is always kind of fun, or bridging. Sorry about moving, guys, I just got to be able to see. Bridging the gap here. Got to build this up and get it to run across, but it always wants to just not. So we may end up having to do it the jump wire way. Probably be more effective anyway than lead solder. Bridging the gap is always, it always wants to spring back. Okay, let's go ahead and jump wire that. I don't care for what we got going on, and we're not getting anything positive out of this. I can probably make a downhill run. Sometimes this works, sometimes it just doesn't. Let's get a little more in there. It's going to be a little rough. I think the wire method would probably be more handy anyway. As soon as you let the heat off of it. Okay, let's do a wire method there. So we'll be right back. Let's get a wire prepared. And we'll be right back. Okay, we got us a jump wire. I got the end leads tinned, I do believe. So, well, let's do it again. I heard this works, and I just tried it, and it works pretty good. You just wrap the little solder around there, around your wire, and it prevents you from having problems. And there it is, you know. So there you go. Anyway, let's jump this connection. This soldering iron is really getting old. Probably needs to be cleaned too a little bit, but it seems to work. It's a Weller. It's not one of them janky jank. Okay, so I got that one done. Okay, let's clean the tip of this soldering iron real quick. Yeah, I just use a little stainless steel brush. You can use a lot of different things to do such, but now we need to go from here to there. Let's do so. Okay. And that should bridge the gap that we had here. While I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and do a few more. I don't like some of the things I'm seeing here, so. Thing wasn't super cheap to like buy, but it's super cheap like interior wise, you know what I'm saying? Sure you do. You've bought stuff like that on eBay before. Amazon and eBay, they're no different. Same products. You know, some people think that Amazon is better than eBay, but it's the same products. I'm just saying that it's not going to be a different product because you got it off a different site. Everything we buy these days comes from China. So, alright, so anyway, this is the circuit breaker switch that we're working on here. 3 terminals. Alright. And that's what we are doing here. Trying to get a little bit better flow in the circuits here. Just reflowing everything while we're in here. I know I'm the one that caused this problem though. I cannot fault the device. Because I was pulling 18 amps out of a... I think this thing's only rated at 12. 14, somewhere in there. But anywho's, I probably caused the problem. I didn't probably cause the problem. I caused the problem. But we're going to fix the problem, so it'll be alright. Okay, so we got a good heavy circuit there. We'll clip the end of that off. Okay, and we got a good connection now. I want to reflow this end one more time. Unnecessary, but I'm going to do it. I don't believe there's anything that needs to run off this trace except for the trace itself from where the points are. But there we go. It's done. We'll clean it up. We'll clip the end off there. And we'll be done with that. Let's see how it works. So we'll be right back. Alright, on the back side of this thing here it says rated power. It says rated 1875, 15 amps. Okay, on the back side here. Well, I overdid that anyway. But the power light always came on even after that circuit was popped, but you couldn't reset it, okay? So now, and you couldn't get any power out of any of the bank here. Any of the 120 outlets would not work. Well, now they do. We got power on those. Let's see if the USBs work. Okay, that's going to be the deal. Do we have power on the USBs? Okay, so let me find something USB that I can plug into that thing and see if we got any juice. Oh, little stretch. Okay, I got the Garmin here for the GPS. Let's see if we can get this, if I can find it, or one of them, one of the many of them we have. I'll be right back. Let me find one of the Garmin GPS and we'll see if this thing actually functionates now. Okay guys, we're going to test the USB ports on this bar. We know we have power on the outlets, okay? Now we need to find out if we have power on USB. Hopefully I didn't cook that too. Let's see. Okay, this should have a green light on it if the USB is working. I don't know if it is or not. We don't seem to have power on USB. I think we might have cooked the USB part of things. Nope. And we got USB power. Okay. Green lights are on. Okay. Let's check each port. That one. That one. That one. That one. And that one. They all work. Okay. So we do have USB power on all the ports. There's 6 ports. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we fixed it. So now let's put her back together, and that just remains to be the screws in the back panel. This here needs to be put back together. Alright. And that's where this screwdriver set really come in shining. I'm telling you, those little bits, you know, they don't want you taking this stuff apart, and it's kind of a security bit set to speak of, but yet it's better than a security bit set. I've got a security bit set too, but this set actually has stuff for phones in the smaller sizes, and computers, electronics, if you want to take an electronic device apart, this is the way to go. There's 12 of these things in this little box. 12 screws. They're scattered everywhere. So we just work our way around and put them all in there. See if we can get them put in. But this Wirehard set is really cool. I think some of these might be a little stripped out. This thing wasn't the qualitiest product. I'm telling you, it wasn't cheap, but it was cheap, okay? Cheap quality, but not cheap in price. Alright, let me get all these screws put in and we'll be back. Alright folks, we're back in business. She's all fixed. We got power, and that should be turning blue in a minute. Our internet's back on, and we got our USBs plugged in, so done deal. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Yep, she turned blue.